course, a very warm welcome to Prime Time with Sylvia. Now, today is a very exciting day once again. Why is that so? Because in the studio with me, we have Ambrose Ting. Hi, Ambrose. Say hi to everybody out there.
Hi, Sylvia. Hi, everyone.
Hello. How have you been, Ambrose? How's the circuit breaker, or rather the CB period, treating you? Is it treating you well?
I thought it's the CCB or ECB, extended
CCB, not
CB.
yet, not yet. Ayo, this one very pantang. A lot of people here already will scream. Everybody waiting for June the 1st only,
Yeah. I'm looking
but
forward for that
how
too. Yeah.
you're looking forward to
Um.
the end of CB, right?
Yeah. Okay. Pretty much. I mean, I've been like working from home previously, but this period gives me a lot more time to think about what I can do, like updating my business records, thinking about what to do next, attending some online classes. So quite fruitful. And of course, one
Very
side note,
fruitful.
I finished watching The Walking Dead season 10, waiting for the last episode to come up. That's like my achievement.
I thought you were watching Kingdom, the latest show on Netflix is called Kingdom, also about zombie.
I finished watching that already. 2 season,
You also
16
wow.
episode. Yeah.
That's a
Korean
very
show,
good
right?
thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I guess a lot of viewers out there will
Mm-hmm.
find Ambrose very, very familiar because he's a very familiar household name. We can see him literally everywhere from TV to posters to advertisement. And there's something that I'm very excited about was I think 2 or 3 years back, it was Chinese New Year. And then I was shopping with my mom, for reunion dinner and NTUC. And I saw the entire NTUC all filled with Ambrose face down there, and I was so proud, I tell you, bro. I was like, no, I'm holding the basket, everything.
I remember you
remember,
texting
right?
me. Yes.
Yes, because I was so howly and I tell my mom, yeah, I know this guy, I know him, I know him, my friend, like that, Yeah, so a lot of people know Ambrose as a actor, in fact, a very famous actor also.
No,
Let's take a look at all the photos that you have taken with. For example, this is with who?
Yao Wenlong.
Oh, yeah, I
Yao
can't remember
Wenlong.
his name.
Yeah.
This is Yao Wenlong.
Yeah.
What show were you
Yes.
filming for this one?
Wow. Actually, I
Can't
can't
remember.
remember. I filmed quite a number of shows with Yao Wenlong before. This could be this is not a show. This is MediaCorp used to be at Caldecott Hill.
Yes.
Right. Then they actually have a party for the closing of Studio 6. So this photo was taken at the closing of Studio 6 before they moved to the current location at Star Avenue at Buona Vista. So it was like, yeah. So I've been through the old MediaCorp, I have to and the old Studio 6.
The old
I
see.
6. Yeah. Thompson, that side I think Andrew Road. Yeah, it was called Andrew Road, Caldecott Hill. Yeah.
Okay. How about another one? This one, you are definitely on TV. So can you tell me what is this about? What show is this all about? Actually, I mean, yeah.
This is the Thomson Ginkgo advertisement. It's shown. Thomson Ginkgo is the sponsor for this 7:30 p.m. show called 小人物向前冲. It's like 120 episode, Monday to Friday, 7:30 p.m. I had a role in that. 小人物向前冲. I was the one of the employee. I think out of the 120 episode, I got come out at least 1/3 about 40 episodes. So during that period, I got a lot of exposure because people see the drama series, and then during break they will see this advertisement. They'll see my face again. So
let's take a look at it again, man. We have Ambrose buying a lot of what is that? We're buying a lot of
Thomson Ginkgo. Yes, yeah. It's an advertisement. It's an advertisement.
I see. Okay, and so you have been acting for quite some time, right? So before that, we just want to ask you, how long have you been an actor?
My first Channel 8 show is actually in 1999. It's called Gelang Gelang.
1999.
Yalong, 1999.
Ah,
Yeah, but it was
okay,
until
okay. I think I watched
2004.
before.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, it was until 2004 that when I formally signed up with MediaCorp Casting Unit, then they got my profile already. I tell you,
mm.
sis, it's really like the prisoner one. Oh, we take photo front, then we take the side
Really?
side
Yeah.
profile. Really, like prison. A shot of holding up the number plate like that.
Ah, so they have
So
to
they
take
kept
your
us.
front view, your side view, left view,
Yeah,
right
yeah.
view, all must take. Yeah. Back view must take or not?
Back
Back view don't need. Yeah.
view, no,
You must go and
no.
think some more.
No. In 2004 at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's why.
after the casting unit, then it becomes more regular lah. So first one was 1999, but after 2004, then it become a bit more regular. But regular also means like maybe 2 months once lah.
2 months once, but you are quite a household name because a lot of people knows about you also. So 2004 is your first drama until now. So 十几年 了 ha, quite a number of years already, right? You have
Yeah,
been
yeah,
acting.
yeah, yeah,
Let's take a look at
yeah.
more photos, shall we? About you
Okay.
acting, and then after that, we will go into the more serious part of Ambrose. If you think that Ambrose is just an actor, you have got to stay online because he's not just an actor. He has a profession that will surprise you. All right, let's take a look at this photo. 贾榴莲 wow, with Zhu
Yes.
Chongming
Yes, this is
wow.
Yao Yao Pa, and I tell you, this is one of the very rare times when MediaCorp really let us eat the durian. No, most of the time you see us acting the rice we never eat one. We just never eat one. So this one true, we really eat the durian. So good, good.
So it is still filming. I thought you dated your fellow actors to go for a durian party or something like
No,
that.
no, no. It was Yao Yao Pa. One of the scene we supposed to go out and have durian. Yeah. So
And
yeah,
there's some
yeah.
more. You really wow taken a lot of photos, a lot of actor, and you have acted with a lot of actor and actresses also. Let's take a look at this one also. Wow, with 我们新传媒的大哥李南
Yeah.
星
This
This
one
also
I
a
always
short.
joke. Yes, this one is I can't remember the title already. He was a preschool teacher or something like that. But the scene, I remember the scene. The scene is actually in a KTV nightclub.
No wonder got LED backdrop behind. I can see. Let's take a look at it again. Can you
Correct.
see?
You see all the
Yeah,
alcohol on the side, right?
alcohol.
Yeah, correct.
I
Right.
see.
Jalan
Okay. How
Sultan,
about
I still remember.
How about this one? What role are you acting? Oh my god, you look like 店小二 ambassador, you know.
Correct. This one is 小人物向前冲. So they had this very funny thing. It's like flashback, and then sudden black screen, and then suddenly we will go into this 古装 oh. So yeah, very fun.
So this is a 古装 one. Let's take a look at one more 古装 one. This one is also this one more like you take a Japanese garden.
This one is actually
好人还是坏人？
这个 actually 是 McDonald's Samurai Burger advertisement.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So what role do you play inside the advertisement? Were you the one eating the burger or fighting?
No.
scene, or?
They just ask us to act, and then after that they dub very funny things. It's about you eat samurai burger and then you enter into prizes. Then they just ask us to act out something like crying over laugh at the samurai. So me and the lady laugh at the samurai, and then they will come out the captions is totally irrelevant one, not related to what we are acting. So it was quite fun. But the advertisement was online on YouTube and everything, so it wasn't on TV lah. But it was
Which year was this? Which year was this samurai burger? Do you remember? Was it recently?
2017, 2018, around there lah. Yeah.
I see. Okay, and you not only act with all the veteran actor and actresses. This actor over here, let me show you. This one is quite a young actor, right?
Yes. Okay. This one also 小人物向前冲 咯. He's one of the main cast lah. I act with him quite often also. Yeah.
I see. Okay, let's take a look at this one also. Are you having picnic or what? Where is this place? Amazing.
This one is, I think there are only 3 actors inside. The rest are all crew. This is
Uh-huh.
actually a octo drama. It's called
Oh,
Xiao
Octo
Zhen
drama.
Han Jun. Yeah. So
So you
it's
have done
supposed to be
Channel
shown
8.
on Channel
Uh,
8 Octo. Yeah. Only
ah,
the Indian Tamil, the China and the Malay channel haven't done before lah. Channel
not
5
yet,
also
not
done.
yet. I tell you, Ambrose have done Channel 8, done Channel 8, Octo Channel. You have done Surya also, is it? Let's take a look at this. See,
No,
this
no,
is
no, Surya.
Suhaimi,
No.
but it's
Yeah.
not
But
Surya.
Suhaimi cross over to no, 小人物向前冲, you got roll inside. So
Ah, so
this is
he crossed
taken at
over.
the 庆功宴, yes, crossover. So now I go over to Surya, but he come over to Channel 8.
Ah, no wonder. Okay. So
Yeah.
next year you're going on to Surya already, right? Am I right?
I hope.
You go and brush up your Malay first, most important. All right. We have
Payah
more
tak tahu
photos.
sikit-sikit.
Yeah, sikit, boleh. Can already. Very good already. We actually
Okay.
have more photos, but we're gonna show them later. But there's one photo,
Sure.
the one that we spoken about earlier on, very important. The one that
Mm,
I was
mm, mm,
jumping up
mm,
and down crazy in
mm.
NTUC. Okay, this is the one. Check out our cute Ambrose. He's the one in specs over there and in suspender. So this is a NTUC,
Yes.
right? Am I right? The fair
Yes.
price.
Yeah. NTUC Fair Price. It was the Chinese New Year one.
Do you remember which year or
Poster.
not?
Oh, I think it was also around 2016, 2017. That long already. Yeah.
Yeah, that is so
2016, I think.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So you
Which year
see,
was? Yeah.
everybody knows. Which year was it? Again, you were saying?
No. It's okay. Yeah. No, I said which year
You
I know
cannot
you.
remember, right?
I don't. No, I wanted to say which
Oh,
year I know you because by then you know me already, ma.
yeah. I think by
Right.
then
By
I
then
know
you
you
know
for
me.
very long already. For at
Yeah,
least
lor.
1 year
So
plus already.
yeah, that's why.
Yeah. So you
Correct
see,
answer to your question.
everybody knows that you're an actor, you're really a household name. I'm sure everywhere you go, there are people who like, you look very familiar. Where have I seen you? So everybody knows you as an actor. But you know what? There's something that even I do not know. I only found out about it recently also. Ambrose is not only an
Yes.
NTU Applied Science graduate, you are a certified financial consultant. Am I right? You are
Chartered
also a
financial consultant. Yeah.
Toastmaster, chartered financial counselor, and you're a fellow of Life Counsel,
Life
right?
underwriting training council.
Life
Yes.
Underwriter Counselor, yes. You are a man that is wearing so many hats and you are so outstanding. And I also
No.
understand that you own, really? Oh, my guests are very humble. I don't understand why also. And you also own a company which is called the Legacy Protector Private Limited, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what is the Legacy Protector Private Limited all about?
Okay. The Legacy Protector is set up in 2013, so now it's into its 7th year already. The company is set up primarily because before that I was already working with a lawyer since
Okay.
2007 to write wills. To do will writing. So
Okay.
if people who have in insurance, they will know that my titles are my CHFC, LUTCF, all these things are insurance background. So in 2007, I was actually still in insurance, and then I worked with this lawyer to do will writing. But in 2013, on his support, he kind of tell me, say, hey, he called me CK lah. He doesn't call me Ambrose. So he said, hey, CK, look, there are people who just want to do will writing and not interested in what financial planning and estate planning. Why don't you come out and set up your own company and focus on doing that? So with his support, right, in 2013, I started the company focusing on giving unbiased consultation on will writing, and over the years we have added like the lasting power attorney and also wills custodian, that means safekeeping of original will. So now this is what my company does, 3 things: will writing, LPA, lasting power attorney, and wills custodian, that means safekeeping of original wills at 30 Cisco safe deposit box. Yeah. Mm.
Wow, that is very amazing. But do you find that, I mean, why is will writing so important?
Well, when actually a lot of times people say, "Wow, it's okay. If I don't have a will, then my family will take care." But not true, no, because in Singapore, as long as your we call a bit technical term, the domicile
Mm,
is a legal term.
mm,
That means if your
mm.
domicile is in Singapore, then the law of the land will apply. Meaning, okay, even
Mm.
if you do not have a will, our government,
Okay.
our state have already written a will for you. It's called the Intestate Succession Act. That means in the absence of a will, the law already decide who is the next of kin that will get your money. And sometimes it's not
Ah.
really what you want. The example that I always give is this. Look, if I'm married with
Mm,
children, right?
mm,
And if I pass away, right, my
mm.
spouse will get 50%, my children will share 50% without a will. Okay. Then
Okay.
you say, what's
Okay.
wrong, right? What's wrong, right? Okay, I tell
Yeah.
you, I have come across many people who are in what we call the sandwich generation, which means that their parents are still dependent on them. Without a
Okay.
will, everything goes to the spouse and children. The poor parents are left with nothing. See? So,
Oh, I
yeah,
understand.
yeah, because the
Yeah,
law
yeah, yeah. So there are
doesn't.
such situation.
Yes, yes. And then the other example that I always give is way back in 2006. I do not know. Maybe some of the people will be able to remember. Back then, Straits
Mm.
Times, 联合早报, there was a full page advertisement, a very old photograph about on this lady, and they're trying to look for the auntie of this Nail Road property. And again, why are they doing
Ah.
that? Because the deceased, the owner of that Nail Road property worth few million, at that point of time died without a will, and there's no more parents, no more children, no spouse, no more siblings, grandparents also not around. And under the law, in that case, it will be the uncle and auntie. That means the father, mother's siblings will be able to inherit. And if they cannot find the auntie, all
Ah.
right, the last law of
Ah.
this Intestate Succession Act, guess who will get everything?
Who? The government. No, that's not.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when normally when we say guess who, it must be Zheng Hu.
Yeah, precisely. That's why I made a
Yeah,
very wild guess about it. Yeah, I think I
yeah.
remember
So
this case. It was all over the newspaper. That was like maybe
yeah,
1 year back, 1 to 2 years back,
yeah,
right?
no, very long already, very long.
Very long
Very
ago.
long ago, they are looking, yeah, very long ago. But that is the thing, because when you have no will and then you let the
Mm.
law look after, it may not be the best. And the a lot of my clients, they come to me. There's this myth, people thought that, oh, I must have a lot of money then write will. Not true, no. I have a lot of clients who are in their 60s, okay, and
Mm.
widow.
Mm.
The husband passed away
Mm.
already, and then the
Mm.
HDB flat, because HDB joint tenancy. If the husband passed away, the house is now belong to the wife or the widow
Wife.
100%,
Mm.
right? So
Mm.
so
Mm.
and then they come to me and they say, I need to write a will because I hear horror stories when it is one person name and there's no will. I tell you,
Uh-huh.
it's going to take very long for that house HDB to come out to give to the according to the Interstate Succession Act to the beneficiaries. So
How long
having
will
a
it be? Is it gonna be
how
very
long
long?
how
Mm.
long? I give you an example okay. Very simple under the law, if let's say the husband passed away and there are children, right, the children will automatically inherit. That
Mm.
one is
Mm-hmm.
under the law, all right. But
Okay.
having a will and not having a will, the difference is this no will the children want to go and inherit the HDB, they must go to the court and prove their identity. How to prove their identity? They must go and find their birth cert. Then after that, they must find their
Ah.
parents' marriage cert to prove that they are the children of the deceased, so that they can
Uh-huh.
inherit the HDB. It's very tedious,
Okay.
no? Because some
Okay.
people, my generation, I tell you, same family, same clan, like my surname is actually Chen,
Ah.
Dong Chen, but English
Okay.
is Ting, Ting,
Ting.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Ting. So, but you also know Chen can be Chan, can be Tan, can be Chen, Chen, right? So how
Yes, yes,
same
correct.
family can have different surname, know how to prove. But if you have a will, the minute you have a
Ah,
will, right, all you need to do
okay.
is I hereby give to my children name.
Mm,
Okay, I
mm,
give to my son and my daughter 50%. My son name, IC number, period, done.
mm.
So when the will
So
is
immediately
written,
can take already. If you have a
not
will,
say
immediately, I mean, like
not
maybe
say
1 2 months
immediately lah,
lah.
but to prove, yeah, still faster is about 3 months lah, 3 to 6 months lah. Okay, but
Okay, okay, okay.
without the will, right, it's called getting the letters of administration, and to prove
Okay.
identity, that one will take you at least 6 months, 1 year. Usually we say double the time
Ah,
lah, double the time.
ah,
Yeah, so
okay,
it's a
okay.
myth. A lot of people say I don't need will, but actually will having a will is to just to, even if it's the same beneficiaries under the law, right?
Mm,
It just make
mm,
things a lot faster, a lot easier, a lot cheaper.
rather than
Yeah.
without a will, right?
Yes,
Okay, then
yes, yes.
if let's say you have viewers whereby like what you say earlier on, maybe they do not have a lot of money, or maybe
Mm.
they don't even have a house, property is not there, but maybe bank account has some money and things like that. Like, I mean, is it necessary to have a will also for this kind? Must it be you
Oh,
must have a property, then you must do a will?
okay, Sylvia, that's a very good question. So in Singapore, there are 3 types of property that is fall outside the will.
Okay.
Okay,
What are
number
they?
one, CPF money.
Uh-huh.
CPF
For
money,
outside the will.
because fall outside the will. Why? Because CPF money can only be distributed via CPF nomination. The second type of
Okay.
property,
Okay.
assets lah, we don't say property. Second type of assets is anything that is joint, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
we will
Anything
go
that is
to the
joint.
survivor. So joint bank account,
Mm,
if A and B, joint bank account, A passes away, the money belongs to B automatically. So the HDB,
mm,
just now I
mm.
mentioned, is also the same. Husband and wife, husband pass away, belongs to wife automatically. So the second type of
Okay.
assets will be joint. The third type that is outside the will is any insurance, life insurance, where there is a
Ah,
nominated beneficiary. Then you will go directly to the nominated beneficiary. So in
okay.
my consultation, I always tell people, if the bulk of your assets, or if all of your assets are in joint, your
Mm,
CPF, you go and nominate, and you got insurance,
mm,
all can nominate, then technically you don't
mm,
need a will. You don't need a will,
okay,
because
okay.
your will can only distribute what is left in your one person name lah. So
I
if you're one
see.
person, you got nothing under one person name, you got no shares, you got no
Mm,
car, you got no
mm,
investment under your name, or your bank account is joint, then basically you don't need
mm.
a will.
Ah, understand, understand. So these three things is actually outside the will. Like what you say, if
Mm.
CPF, you have nomination, joint account, you have another person's name, or the last one is insurance, which is also you can sign a nomination form. If all
Yes,
this,
correct,
then you basically don't need a will. Yeah, okay.
correct,
Even
correct,
car
correct.
also, car ownership also. Car
No,
ownership don't
car,
have
no,
nomination one.
no. So only these 3 types. So I'm saying, if you have a
Ah,
car, you need a will.
mm.
If you have shares
Mm.
investment, you have a CDB account, you will need a will. You have a single
Okay.
bank account, you have bank account under your sole name, of course you need a will to
And
distribute lah.
yeah, and is doing a will a very troublesome thing. So can you imagine if I have car lah, I have my family heirloom jade lah, all these things, all I must do one line, all this out do I have to do that? My
Okay.
jewelry lah, my gold bar.
Well,
I mean, I
Sylvia,
don't have it lah, but
Sylvia,
but
I
I
have
know there are a lot
actually
of people who have
written.
this question.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
So I actually
go
written
ahead.
will with gold bar and Rolex watches. So okay,
Wow.
in the will, right? In the will, there are 2 types of property, 2 types of assets that you can will away. All right.
Okay.
One is called specific gift. So the
Okay.
specific gift
Specific gift.
will be like your Rolex watch, your
Mm,
gold bar, right?
mm,
Your property, your bungalow, right?
mm.
Car we don't usually put inside the will, because car got COE will expire. You probably outlast the car, so no point put inside, right?
Okay. Yeah, quite true.
Right. You can also correct what? Right. You name the car, then when you outlast and no more car to give, then you
Yes.
also specific gift also can be a specific lump sum. So for specific
Mm.
gift, you can actually name, okay, my gold bar, I want to give to who? You can. You can. But we have
Okay.
another type of property we call the rest and residue estate.
Okay.
REST, residue.
Okay.
So rest and
Okay.
residue estate. This rest and
Okay.
residue estate is a legal term. It's like something like a legal concept. Basically, in layman terms, it simply means whatever that I've accumulated till the point of my death. So
Mm.
meaning this rest and residue estate in the will is usually given out by percentage. So I can say my rest
Ah.
and residue estate, I give 50% to my parents, 50% to my siblings. I can do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
right. And then this rest and residue, because the definition is whatever that I've accumulated under my sole name until the point of my death. So I
Mm.
do not need to keep changing my will. That means if today I write my will, sorry, now got no more 4D.
Yeah.
Cannot buy 4D. Okay,
No,
so
maybe I got one more Rolex watch, then how,
no,
So
no.
you fall under
So
this
all
one.
these will fall under rest and residue. Usually, my explanation is this. Let's pretend still got 4D. So now
Uh,
Tomorrow Wednesday I buy 4D, and then I strike 1 million. Doesn't mean that Thursday
okay.
morning I must quickly go to the law firm, wait for them, open door, and change the will
China.
to include
China.
my 1 million. No need, because the rest and residue, that clause, right? Rest and residue estate
Okay.
will automatically include the 1 million earnings that I've earned.
Okay,
That
so
I've
let
won.
me
Yeah.
see. Is this
Yeah.
the right one, which is called the rest and residue estate?
Yes,
Is this
correct.
correct?
Uh,
Ah.
uh, RESIDUE lah. Residual also can lah. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that means we will have two column. One which is the specific gifts, another one will be the rest and residue estate.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, most of the time, based on my experience, 80% of the time people will just lump everything into rest and residue. Okay. Only 20% of the people, they got Rolex watches, they got gold bar, then they will put under specific gift to give out lah.
Okay. So that means
Yeah.
it will not be that expensive to do a will if, let's say, everything I just put under rest and residue estate.
Actually, our standard will, we allow up to 3 specific gift without additional charge.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So our standard package is we allow people. So you got any specific gift, so I always tell this thing. I actually had one client. He's a watch collector. He got 40 watches.
Okay.
All your
Okay.
Patek Philippe lah, whatever lah, Rolex Okay.
Okay.
Then because I say up to 3 so for the 4th one I have to charge extra So this guy, rich man, very clever lah. So he come to me and say, "Hey, Ambrose, in that case, can I just put one clause? I hereby give 40 watches to my son." I say, "Sir, you can do that okay. But if I'm the executor, if I'm the one handling your will, I will go Chinatown, buy 40 Casio or 40 Hello Kitty watch,
and give it to him."
Yeah, I give to your son and exchange, right? Because your watch is so expensive and got serial number, right? You list them out one by one, right? But I'm also not so mercenary, because actually by right, and at every additional clause we need to charge $50. But he got 40 watches, so for the additional 37, we just charge another $150 to list down all the 40 watches. We are not like 37 times 50. Then it's more expensive than the cost of the will already.
That's what I was thinking. 40 watches. Wow, can you imagine everyone extra charge? But it's very nice of you. But this is actually industry practice in a way, or is it an offer that you gave to your client?
No, the industry practice is for we have a package, and then we have a standard package, and then any additional clause that falls outside the package, we charge $50 extra, right? But in this case, because he got 40 watches, I'm 37 times 50, too ridiculous lah. So we just say 150. We still do act extra lah. So we act extra 150, and then we list down all the 40 watches with all the serial number and
I
everything.
see. Okay, okay. I think we have someone online who wants to say hi to us. Leon Lin, wow, Sylvia and Ambrose. And he
Oh,
also
Leong
says
Ling.
something. Yeah, but that
Hi, Leong
takes
Ling.
at
I
least
yeah.
a year to process. Hi, Leon. And he says something that takes at least a year to process. I think it was previously that something that you said. I have another person who commented and asked you this question. What's the
Yes.
difference between power of attorney and a will? Please explain. I think that one, don't worry. We'll come to that part later on because
Yes,
we'll be
correct.
talking about power
Yes.
of attorney in a while's time. So,
Yes. Yes.
CK, do stay tuned, okay? Do not go off so soon, all right? Because we're going to tell you more about the difference later. Now, next
Okay.
question I want to ask you, Ambrose. Do
Mm-hmm.
we need a lawyer to draft up a will?
Well, I get this question a lot of times, all right? Because
Yeah.
yeah, there are people in the market who call themselves professional will writers, and there are also online websites that say you key in some information, they will generate a will for you online, whether is it
Really?
free or they charge you a fee. Yeah, really. So
Okay.
they say all
Okay.
this. Okay, so a lot of times, so under Singapore law, if you go to Ministry of Law, the website, they actually says that the first part they put, you do not, under the Wills Act, you do not need a lawyer to help you draft a will. And then all these
Okay.
people they just quote that first half, but they never quote the second half. The second half is Ministry of Law saying, but it is advisable to get a lawyer to draft, because if there's anything that goes wrong, right, the judge, the court has no way to summon back the person 6 foot underground and say, is this your wishes?
I
Right,
understand. Correct,
right,
correct.
right. And then
Yeah,
there are
you're right.
a lot of things we all laymen, we are not familiar. So if I write a will, I'm a guy, I write my will, I say, now if I give everything to my spouse and my spouse not around, I give to my children. Then my
Ah,
spouse very happy, very happy. Everything give to me, if not give to my children, but I at the back tao because my children in the law means my children with any other woman also can.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a little more. Yeah. Because
Right?
it isn't specific the mom, right? It can be with like someone else as long as it's your children.
Right, correct.
So
So
women can
I
contest
can
it
bluff
this
my spouse
way.
like that, no? I everything give to you, but actually outside 我有3个私生子，5个私生女 right? So after you gone, all the money go to them, you don't know.
惨咯，惨咯. Because you know
I don't have,
why?
I don't have.
People watch too much drama. You know, like before
Yeah,
someone wanna die, then take one piece of paper, just one pen, and write, okay, I will give all this thing to my children. You know, that's why people watch too much drama, think that yeah, anybody can write a will, don't need a lawyer at all. So can I summarize it by saying that you need it's advisable for you to have a lawyer to write a will so that the lawyer will be able to cover up any form of loopholes or of
yes,
make it not so contestable if
yes,
anything
yes.
happened to the person.
I give you another example. I have come across a lot of clients, they say, oh, I don't want to give anything to my spouse. Okay, still married,
Okay,
still married, still
poor
married,
spouse.
but don't want, haven't divorced, but
uh,
don't want to give anything to the spouse. So they say, then they go and, so if you don't want to give, so what is the normal layman thinking? Then don't put inside the will, lor, right? If I don't want to give
okay,
I don't put inside my will, lor.
correct.
But I say
Yeah.
cannot from a lawyer's point of view, from my lawyer point of view, is a no. Why? Because if I am the husband, my wife go and write a will and never put my name inside. When she die, I'll go to the court and say, hey, judge, when my wife write the will that time, she dementia, she forgotten she's married. That's why she leave my name outside.
Then you become contestable again.
Yes, then under the law, right, I'm entitled to at least 50% of the money.
Oh yes. Correct. So it's
Yeah,
already
or
contestable.
I can say when she write the will that time, it's my children, it's got people coerce her into leaving me out entirely. Okay, I can prove to the court on the date that when she write the will, we are still legally married, and it's good enough proof. So under such circumstances, what do we teach our clients to do? right?
Mm.
We say
Mm.
if who you don't want to give, you must give that
Ah.
person $1. Really?
I
So that means
see.
in the will, I say I hereby give to my husband name and IC number $1. So if the husband subsequently go to the judge and say I want to contest the will, right? The judge will say no. She got sound mind. She got a lawyer advise her to put this $1, right? So you just take your $1 and shut up.
But I realize there's a lot of laymen do not know about this. Like
Correct,
what
correct. There's a
Ambrose
lot
said
of
earlier on.
pitfalls. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
correct. I could
So
have
you,
just I don't like this person. I just omit this person from the will,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
wrong to do so in the eyes of the law because it's contestable in the end.
Correct, 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 correct. So if you write your own will, you really do not have the perspective of whether is there any loophole, anything that you did not cover, and end up your
Mm.
will, you write a will, then you create more trouble, you create more people to come and contest.
Yeah, correct, correct. Create more trouble for yourself. End of the day, you ignore, and then in the end, you create more trouble for it. Yeah,
Correct,
yeah,
correct,
right. So
correct.
actually, writing a will, although you don't really need a lawyer, but please lah, go and get a lawyer or get someone like Ambrose to at least advise you. And you know what, viewers out there, today is really very, very exclusive that we have this interview with Ambrose. Because if you were to meet up with him, okay, you have to pay a consultation fee to ask him all about doing up a will. So right now, this is actually not considered free lah, but it's you can actually ask any question that you want to ask on with Ambrose and write it on the comment. Okay, it's less than like
Okay.
an hour for it to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
First and foremost, I must give a disclaimer. The
Ah.
disclaimer is I am not a lawyer. I do not have
Mm,
a practicing cert. I cannot be
mm,
seen to be giving out legal advice. All right.
I
But
see.
I have
Okay.
worked with my lawyer since
Mm,
2007. So I usually
mm.
tell people that you can imagine, okay, I am also not a paralegal, but in Hong Kong movie, the Xie, right? So I'm something like the
Ah.
Xie, with the experience to know enough about will writing, okay? And
Okay.
why is it that my lawyer wants to work with me is because I'm able to answer 95% of the questions, right? I
Mm,
can
mm.
gather the will instruction from the client, but at the
Okay.
end of the day, right, I will send all these instructions to the law firm. The lawyer will prepare the will, and then the client will go to the law firm and get the will done in front of the lawyer. So there is
Mm.
assurance that everything is done properly. The lawyer is still giving legal advice whatsoever. I am like the
Yeah, like the
paperwork guy,
entry.
lor. The
My,
in
my.
between. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
I
Correct.
humble,
So
humble.
people come
I'm
to
the
you for consultation first, yeah. And then before that, then they actually go to a lawyer. Because if they go straight to the lawyer, in fact,
mm,
there'll be 1,001 question that the lawyer have to answer. And do they charge by the hour, by the way, if to do will?
yes,
If they don't go through
yes,
you, they just go straight to the
yes,
lawyer. They charge
yes.
by the
So
hour.
yes, because yeah. So my lawyer, he say he's hourly. Okay, so lawyer, what normally they do, hourly fee 500 and above, right? That most
Ah,
they will say
okay.
they will give you like half an hour free consultation to understand. First half an hour, just to know what is it that you want. Then from then on is every hour $500 billable, and then after that,
Mm.
they still have to charge you for the work done to come out with the will. So if you go to, I know of my clients, they go to some of the big firms, right? One will is already 1,000 plus, easily.
Ah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because of the consultation, timing, and
correct,
you
correct,
should have,
correct.
as a layman, you should have a lot of things to ask, one. So
Yeah, yeah.
half an
So
hour
if you ask
is
me,
not enough.
I don't charge by the hour. Mine is everything. Mine is the package. My package price is already inclusive of a first consultation with me. Right,
Okay,
first
okay.
consultation with me, so I will know enough to kind of explain to you, like just now, all those things, what are the assets that are left out from your will, and our advice also. Another very big issue is
Mm,
um, from my years of experience, I've seen even last time wills that are done by law firms many years ago,
mm.
their practice then is they just give to only the first tier. First tier meaning I give 50% to my spouse, 25% to my son, 25% to my daughter, and they end there. That is tier 1. Okay, so nowadays we will always go into tier 2. We are saying that because last time maybe people don't travel so often, but now we travel as a family, right? So we have to add in a tier 2 to say, what happens if any of my beneficiary pass away? His or her share will then be shared equally to the remainder. That's tier 2. And then there's a tier 3. Tier 3 is if I travel together with my whole family and then common disaster happen, then give to who? So all these things I'll be able to advise, so-called in the first consultation.
Then there's something that I really want to ask you. This one is a personal
Yes,
question, for myself, really.
can.
I'm the only child. Okay, I have two
Yes,
parents. Okay, and the
yes.
three of us
So is
travel
everyone
together
else,
very
okay?
often. Yeah. No, only two, not many, Okay lah. But anyway, three of
Yeah,
us
what's the
always
question?
travel
Mm,
very frequently, year after year, every year.
mm, mm, mm,
Um,
mm.
what I mean, it's obvious that my parents' inheritance will come to me, and then end of the day, if three of us travel and there happen to be, a disaster or whatever, and three of us happen to be passed on together, then what will happen to the will?
Okay,
Whatever will that we are doing.
the simple answer is it will follow the last to die will. That means in a family
Not age.
situation,
Some people tell me
no,
it's age.
last to die.
Ah,
Mm,
okay,
yeah.
okay. But if you don't know it, if let's say it's an air crash, you wouldn't know who died first, what?
Okay, if it's airplane crash and the time of death is unknown, then Singapore,
Ah,
there's this law, the law says that the oldest person deemed to have
ah.
died first.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
because it
okay.
makes sense because I come to Earth earlier, so I'm the earlier one to leave. Yeah,
It's like a
yeah.
very rational sense, yeah.
Correct. So the law is very rational. So you are the oldest, you come to Earth earlier, so you are the first to leave also lah.
Okay, is there this such thing whereby I will my property or my whatever I have to my
Mm-hmm,
parents and my parents will it to me, okay? And
mm-hmm,
then in
mm-hmm.
the end, if all three of us pass on at the
Touch
same
wood.
time, what
Yeah.
is
Okay.
gonna
Yesterday.
happen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Mm.
yeah.
So you
What's gonna
so
happen?
so yes. So therefore, in this case, a will come into place. A will be very good because then inside your will you can name who is your alternate beneficiaries.
Okay,
So
okay.
you can name your alternate beneficiary. So that means your tier 1 is like just now what I say lah. Tier 1 is to my immediate family, right? Tier 2 is if any of my immediate family is not around, it goes to the remainder. Then tier 3 is me and my immediate family all not around. Then to who? Is it to other relatives? Is it to a charity, whatsoever? If your will state, then you will follow the will.
I see. Okay, now I understand. So we have tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 3. So
Correct. Technically, you can go into tier 4, tier 5, tier 6 lah.
yeah, but no point at
But
end
again,
of the day, right?
my standard package allow up to 3 tiers, no extra charge.
I see.
But
Okay, wow, that is very
so the
interesting.
4th tier onwards, we will have to charge $50. Still cheap.
Definitely. Okay. Then
Okay.
there are also people who ask me, right? Like just what CK Tam have asked earlier on. What's the difference between a lasting power attorney, which is LPA, and a will?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why don't we start off by saying what is a lasting power of attorney first?
Okay, LPA. So let me make a differentiation between power of attorney and lasting power of attorney. Because
Different also,
yes,
Okay.
power of attorney can be on is a limited power. Usually, power of attorney in banking situation will be, let's say, Indonesian have a bank account in Singapore, but always not in Singapore. So he or she give the power of attorney to someone in Singapore to operate the account. That one is called a
Ah.
normal power of attorney, right? Or the other one that I personally experienced before is my friend went to US to work. Okay, so he give me the
Mm.
power of attorney to help him sell his house. HDB. So
Mm,
I will be his
mm.
power of attorney just to sign all the documents to sell the house. Of course, the money doesn't come to me lah.
Mm.
Okay, so lasting power of attorney is a different thing altogether. Lasting power of attorney, sometimes we call it a living will. Living will,
Okay.
that means it's a document that will come into place when the person is still alive. A will can only come into effect when the person passes away.
Ah.
LPA will take effect when the person is still alive but lost mental capacity. So what does that mean?
Oh.
That means the person cannot make decisions for himself anymore, either
Mm,
due to dementia,
mm,
coma, or sometimes
mm,
any illnesses or stroke or anything that render the person cannot make decision. No more mental capacity. So in that case,
mm,
LPA will kick in, and you can
mm.
appoint, right? You can actually appoint first donee, second donee, and a replacement donee. So in the LPA, when I do the LPA, I'm called a donor. The one
Mm,
making the
mm,
LPA is called a donor. The one that
mm,
I appoint is called a donee, right? So I can
mm.
appoint my donee to come and make decisions on my behalf and also to operate all my assets, my bank account, help me to sell house, all those things. Yeah, so that is
Mm.
LPA. Mm.
Okay, so do we need both? Do we need a LPA and a will both together? Do we need? I mean, I never know whether will I go into a coma or have dementia, right? Do I need both of it? I must do a will and an LPA.
Yes, because they serve two different purposes. LPA will come into effect when the person is still alive. Will is after the
Mm.
person gone. So yes, definitely you need both a LPA and a will lah. But of course, like will, there are situations where people don't need a will, right? So LPA,
Ah,
if the person is still very young, very healthy, of course, you also not high chance of becoming dementia, very healthy, then maybe you
ah,
also don't need an LPA lah, right? But
okay,
usually
okay.
people, once they cross, my youngest client who did the LPA is 36 years old lah.
Uh-huh,
36
uh-huh,
years
okay.
old. He married with got a newborn baby. So write will and then come and tell me, say, oh, and the reason is because um for LPA, you got to lodge your LPA with the Office of Public Guardian. That means you have to
Mm,
apply to the Office of Public Guardian that you are doing an LPA, and then they will certify it, and then your LPA is now called registered. Okay, so there's an application fee, and for Singapore citizen is $75, but government is waiving that $75 until 30th August this year, 2020.
why
So if you
so
are
good,
Singapore,
ah?
why
Why
so
got
good?
waiver until 30th
They,
August, ah?
I actually suspect they will extend because of this situation. A lot of people cannot do, so maybe they will even
Ah,
extend by another 6 months or whatsoever. But I don't know lah. Okay. The why so good because they want to encourage people to do LPA, because when this
ah,
LPA, when they first came out in 2010, I think 2010, yeah, 2010, uh,
okay, okay.
the take up rate very slow. So the government say we need to
Oh,
encourage our citizen to do. So they waive the application fee. But if your IC is blue color, you got to pay $100.
no waiver, ah. I see blue, no waiver,
No,
ah.
and more expensive.
Ah,
Citizen is
okay.
75. Blue IC PR is $100. Mm.
So everybody know, as long as you are holding on to a pink IC, please call Ambrose and go and do your LPA, because now the government is waiving off the $75
Yes,
charges.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
all this
I think
all,
we
all, all this free money must take, must take.
exactly. Okay, we go back to the comment earlier on when CK Tam say what's the difference between power of attorney and will. I think he might have make a mistake between
No, no,
lasting
it is
power of attorney and power of attorney.
it's very common. I think he meant lasting power of attorney, but
Mm.
layman will just say power of attorney. But I think
Ah,
what CK Tam is asking is LPA and will. So I already explained. First of all, power of
yes.
attorney and LPA is different, and LPA and
Mm.
will is also different. LPA is alive, will is after upon death. So there are two
Yes.
separate
Okay.
documents, and you really need it. But I can just throw something else lah. Okay? A lot of people kind of ask me, there's this document if I want to unplug when I'm
from the
critically
will.
ill, no. There's another document say to say that when I'm critically ill, I don't want the
Okay.
doctor to save me. I want to unplug the tubes.
Okay. That one, the
Ah,
euthanasia. They call it. Yeah,
correct.
something like
Singapore
that.
got no euthanasia.
Yeah,
Singapore
it's not
called it the
euthanasia.
they call it the Advanced Medical Directive. So it's called AMD. So AMD is also different from LPA, is also different from will.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay.
mm.
Okay. So
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 AMD is
AMD. Go ahead. Go ahead. Explain to me
AMD
what
is
does AMD mean?
when I go into a critically ill situation, right,
Mm,
and I'm
mm,
on extraordinary life support without the hope of recovery, right, then I want to
mm.
be unplugged. Lor. I don't want to save me. Lah. Ah.
So you can
So
put
that one is called
this clause
AMD.
inside the will. The AMD can be
No,
put
no, no.
inside the will.
No. AMD is that what I'm saying is AMD is a different document. So there are three documents: AMD,
Okay.
LPA, and
And
will.
will.
So because a lot of
Mm.
people they confuse AMD and LPA. So that's why I preempt and I tell you AMD lah.
That's why you see.
Yeah.
So today I learned something new again. There's something called AMD, and it's
Yes.
different. All right.
Yeah.
Next question. I
AMD
want to ask you.
the layman is unplugged lah, easier. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Unplugged layman. Okay. Next question will be:
Yeah.
a lot of people want to write a will, but do not know where and how to start. Do you have any advice for them?
Yes, actually, a lot of my clients, they all know will writing is important, but don't know how to start. So this is where I come in and I say, okay, we have a no obligations first tele consultation lah. Okay, because now cannot
Mm.
meet face to face ma. So
Yes.
this one is special for your prime time with Sylvia
Yes.
audience
Hashtag
lah.
prime
Okay,
time
if,
with
yeah,
Sylvia.
correct. Anyone will approach me as long as I put until end of June I don't know
Mm.
end
30
of May or
minutes.
end of June whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 minutes free tele consultation on how to start. And I remember this story from one of my clients. Husband and wife both are Max professor, no, NIE Max
Ah.
professor, right?
Okay.
And then they
Okay.
attended my talk, and then they asked for the consultation, and after the consultation, after they get their will done, they come and tell me, they say, CK, you know, as Max professor, we actually have a lot of questions. We don't know, we don't know how to start, but we scared lose face to ask question. When we ask question, like
Ah.
look so stupid. But CK, you are able to make it so easy. The face-to-face consultation, make everything up, because once I explain
Mm.
the basics, most of the questions are already gone. So it's very easy for
Correct.
them already. They know how to start. So that's the thing I realized, that in the market, there are a lot of people, they know will writing is important, but they just don't know how to start. So I'm the catalyst to help them start. Ask me any
Yes.
questions.
Correct. It's just
Mm.
like the past few minutes, 50 odd minutes that I had the interview with you. I really found out a lot of things, by talking to you. So all the viewers out there, please do not forget, if you want to look for Ambrose or CK, all right, all you need to do is to look at the address that is right below over here. Can you see?
Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
www.thelegacyprotector.com. So that's all you need to do. Just log on, or hashtag primetime with Sylvia. He's going to give you a 30 minutes free tele consultation. And within 30 minutes,
Yes,
I'm sure he'll be able to answer all your questions already. Yes?
yes.
Okay, next question I have. What are some of the misconceptions about writing a will? So far, I mean, have
Um,
you have anybody ask you about it?
Well, actually, I covered some of it just now already. Usually people is say like, oh, I don't have a lot of money, I don't need to write a will. So that's the first misconception. And I tell people, really, it's not about how much you have. It's about
Mm.
making it simple and easier for your next of kin. Like I say, if everything I want to give to my children, I leave it to the law. My children need to prove that they're my children. So stupid.
Mm.
But in a will, I
Mm.
just put their name and IC number, done already. Right? So it's never
Exactly.
about like, oh, I don't have a lot of money, therefore I don't need a will. Right? The only situation is what I mentioned just now. If all your money is in joint account, CPF, and your insurance, or you got no insurance, or your insurance all nominated, then yeah, you don't need a will. because it will go directly to your beneficiary. Another misconception is also because they say I am I'm very I'm still young. I don't need a will. I can tell you, my youngest client is a 24-year-old single lady.
Okay,
Really,
okay.
really.
Uh-huh,
Yeah, and the
uh-huh.
story is not. And when she come and write the will, that was many years ago lah. She tell me, say, because she grew up in a family where the grandfather had 3 wives, and back then
Ah,
all 3 wives are legal. Okay, so she said she grew up in the environment where the 大房、二房、三房the three family are
all fight.
fighting over. Yeah. So when she come out and work, got her own money that time, the first thing she want to do is to write a will. Of course, I say she's not going to marry 3 husbands. Now cannot already.
Yeah, yeah. So, which is very,
Yeah.
very important. Just like what Ambrose said earlier on, the 2 misconception. Don't think that I give all my money to my kids can already lah. What's the complication? It's actually doing up a will make it easier for your children to actually collect your properties and everything that you have if you were to pass on. Second misconception that CK have just said earlier on is that don't think that you're too young and then you don't need to do it. In fact, CK, I feel that even if you're too young, if bomb one bus hit you or whatever, you're gone. I mean, you never know. You still need a will. Am I right or not,
Correct,
CK?
correct. You know what we always say, you take a look at your IC, you can see issue date, but you can never see expiry date.
Exactly. Okay, that's cool. Now, there's another question I want to ask you. Is that very curious?
Mm,
This I want to know. I always imagine. Okay. Now,
mm, mm.
where do we keep our wills after they are written? Are they like roll up in a scroll, tie a red ribbon, and put slot in the pigeonhole? Is there
What
such
marriage
a
cert is
place?
it? Hey, marriage cert, do they still roll up and put inside? I don't know.
No, they don't. Now got folder already.
Okay. All right. Well, actually, in Singapore, there is this thing called the Wills Registry. Okay, so a lot of people got this misconception that Wills Registry is where you keep your physical will. It actually doesn't, right? Wills Registry is just an online database for you to
Ah,
lodge the information that you have written a will. That's all. Okay, so
oh, okay.
your original will is a very important document, because if there's any markings on your original will, right, you pencil mark,
Mm.
right, the joke that I always say is if you people say, oh alamak, I forgotten to something in my will, then I add PS, postscript. The minute you add
Ah,
PS, sorry, your whole will invalid. Why? Because when the will go
ah,
to the judge, right, the judge will
okay.
say, even if you cancel and countersign, right, the judge will say, I do not know who is this countersign. This countersign can also be counterfeit, can be forged, right?
Mm,
Therefore, the
mm,
judge will declare the will invalid and fall back to the Intestate Succession Act. So your
mm.
original will is a very important document. It must be free from tampering, free from destruction. And that is where we come in, all right? I can tell you, most of the time, people who use our wills safekeeping service, so what my
Okay.
company does, the Legacy Protector, is I ran a Certis Cisco safe deposit box. So Certis Cisco is very
Ah,
safe lah. They got 24-hour arm guard looking after and everything, right?
mm,
So we
mm,
have a
mm, mm,
system. For a fee, I will keep your original will inside. And during
mm.
lifetime, of course, only you can access the will. And upon death, we will only release the will to the authorized person. We will not give your will to anyone. If you don't want this beneficiary to know, we will not give to this beneficiary. All right. So there are
Ah,
some safeguard. And then so, and I can tell you, most of the time, by the people who want to keep their original will with me, happen
mm,
to be a single person, single ladies,
mm.
because they stay alone, so they are very
Ah,
worried. If anything happen to them, nobody can find their will. So therefore, because of the demand, then we started this service to keep original will lah.
I see. Okay, okay. So even that means even if I keep it myself, I open up and see accidentally draw one line, I got to redo another will already.
Yes, yes. Yes.
So you viewers out there, if you keep your own will, you better make sure you don't draw on it. If not, call Ambrose, okay, and ask him to keep it for you. Can I know how much is it to keep it per year to keep your will there? Is it a
Oh,
subscription?
well, we say $50 a year. Okay, $99 for first 3 years.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, $99 for
Mm.
first 3 years, $50 for 1 year.
$50 a year. Yeah. Lifetime also can. Lifetime is 688 lifetime.
Ah, so
One of
lifetime,
the very value for money, because I know some of the people are
you never know.
charging $80 a year, and then even if you go to bank, last time bank they offer safe deposit box, a small
Yes,
one also doesn't come cheap, no, $100
yes,
per year.
correct.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
So $688, all right, lifetime for you to keep your will to be safe. Very, very important. All right, I have another question over here.
Mm.
Shirley Lim actually asked, what's the price for letter of probate and letter of administration?
So first of all, it's called grant of probate and letter of administration, right? So grant of probate is
Okay.
when a person has a will. Letter of
Mm,
administration is when a person has no will. Okay, so
mm,
generally, no will be a bit more expensive than having a will, because no will you got some additional steps to do. All right, so this one, there is no standard price, because it really depends on the person's estate. That means how complicated the estate. But a ballpark ballpark figure
mm,
because I also have done letter of administration, grant of probate before. So
mm.
if let's say a normal Singapore situation, one house, whether condo or HDB, a few bank
Okay.
accounts, maybe throw in
Ah,
one shares account, throw in one car, right?
mm,
Everything is less than 3 million. Very
mm,
important, less than 3 million,
mm,
because more than
mm.
3 million must go high court to apply. And we always joke. We always say high court is called high court because their fees are higher.
True, true.
Don't quote me. I don't want to get in trouble. Okay. Yeah, but less than 3 million is no need to go high court. It's family justice court can. So if you are talking about such situation, everything less than 3 million and no overseas assets, the price range from as cheap as 1,008
Mm,
to 3,005 and above. So there are some law firms will quote you 3,000, 3,005. There are some law firms they will quote you like 1,008, 2,000 they can do for you. So there's really no standard
mm,
price, but the range is there lah. Okay, so that means what I'm saying is, if it's more complicated, if there are, I got 10 bank accounts, I got 2 property, or everything that I have is more than 3 million, then the price can go up. The price can go subsequently.
ah,
And if I got overseas assets as well, I got a bank account in
properties.
JB, all these will become
Mm,
more expensive. Yeah, check out the price.
okay. Understand. So Shirley, all right. I hope CK have answered all your question. If it's not answered yet, you can still continue commenting and asking. Okay, I'm sure he will be very
Yes.
willing to answer the question for you. All right, now, other than you're an actor, you are. You know what? I'm very impressed by how well versed you are in the will writing thing. Wow, I'm very very impressed by it. So I'm sure all my viewers out there they are very impressed also. Now, not only that, you are also a distinguished Toastmaster. Now, what is it all about? Distinguished Toastmaster.
So Distinguished Toastmaster is the highest award that you can get being a Toastmaster. So
Mm,
for those people who have no idea what is Toastmaster, basically is a public speaking club started
mm,
from the United States, and then now Singapore also have about 200 over clubs in Singapore, right?
mm,
And then you have to complete certain speech assignments to get the ranking. So DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster, is the highest ranking that you can get from being a Toastmaster lah. So I've been
mm.
a Toastmaster since year 2001, right? So this is my 19th year as a
19.
Toastmaster. Yeah.
How does it help you in terms of being a distinguished Toastmaster or being in a Toastmaster club?
Well, I think everything that I do sort of like blend together because in my will writing business, I do a lot of public talks, right? I
Mm,
give education talks. I invite people to come and listen on how to write their will. And then from there, if they're interested, then I follow up one by one, right? So I do
mm.
public talks like 1 hour, 1.5 hour. So my skills as a Toastmasters come in very nice. And then, of course, somehow is related to acting as well. So, but from Toastmasters, what have evolved is I have now been teaching a public speaking course since 2015. So 5 years already. And my
Ah,
public speaking course is actually skills future credits claimable. So you know, if you are 25 Singapore citizen and above, you got $500 government give to you for you to go for upgrading, right? So my course,
nice. Okay.
public speaking course, you can use this $500 to pay for the course so that you don't need to pay out of your pocket. So you can kind of attack.
Ah,
Yeah, that's right. Mm.
so if they want to find you to join the public speaking course, where do they go to? Is there a
Well,
website
can
for it?
the website is a bit long because I tie up with my Lion City Toastmasters Club. So can go to lioncitytoastmastersclub.com to find the information. If not, the Legacy Protector also can find me.
Yeah, 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 through there also can find you, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's take a look at your photos when you are doing your Toastmaster, a distinguished Toastmaster. Apparently, you have a lot of students and you went through a lot of like awards or something like that. And this is the photo. There you are. Toastmaster division, right over here. This is
Division E, yeah.
and you won some
Division E.
award. What award is this?
It's a speech contest. So it's a
Hmm.
speech contest, yeah. Mm.
Okay, and let's
I
take a look
I
at
think,
this
yeah.
one. Is this all your students?
Yeah, these are my students, correct. So every
So
batch,
they,
you can see every batch, because of the way the syllabus, we give our participants the opportunity to come out and present a 5-minute speech, and then I will give
Mm.
feedback and critique, right, and on how to improve. So because of that, my class is kept small. Maximum I can is only 6 people, so that I can give them my undivided attention. So you can see all my classes are very
Ah,
small. I don't go for mass one. I cannot like because mass
yeah,
then I
yeah.
cannot. Yeah, I must give you the attention to
Full
make sure that
attention.
full attention, correct. Yeah. So sometimes I
Mm.
say it's the closest you get to one-to-one coaching.
That's so good. Can you review how much is it? Or they contact you and let you know lah.
The cost for the skills future credit claimable cost, I see I'm a very nice person. 500 credit, right? I make sure you can claim everything, so I charge 497. You still got $3 can go and buy copy. How kind,
You're
right?
very nice. For a
How
minute, I
kind,
thought you
right?
were charged. Yeah, yeah, I thought you were charged $499.90.
No, no, no.
All right, let's take a look at more photo over here. This is when you're talking about your will, or is it your? I don't know what you doing
This
here.
is this is my this is my will writing talk, and you can see on the
Mm,
screen those are
mm.
newspaper clippings so those one are 联合晚报, so they actually interviewed me talking about
Okay.
some, yeah. So that is the examples that I've given them so become the story. So I always screen it now, so I can do talks in Mandarin as well, yeah. Yeah.
And we have one more over here. Also,
All these
you're
are,
giving talks on will also.
yeah, these are, you can see mostly old people can listen to the will writing talk, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The hair all white already. One more photo over here. This one. What award have you won? Or you're giving away awards?
This one is Toastmasters speech. Toastmasters contest is a contest. So those are the awards we give out. The
Okay.
one will be
So let's
club
go
level.
club level. Let's go back to the comment again. And Shirley Lim would like to say thank you to you. You have answered her previous question on what is the price of
Yeah,
the letter of weight and letter of administration. Thank you,
yeah.
Shirley. Don't forget to
And
call, okay? Call CK, or you can always log on to his webpage, because if you were to quote Prime Time with Sylvia, you get a 30-minute tele consultation for free. Okay, so look at the website below over here. the legacyprotector.com. Okay, there
Thank
you
you,
are.
thank you, thank
Fantastic.
you.
It's so good to have you. All right. Okay, now, do you have any word of advice for our viewers who have yet to do up a will?
I like I say, I've
Scold
been doing
them.
will since 2007. No, 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 no. Is um my this is really heartfelt because I have come across cases whereby will writing is something that is important, but putting it off is never going to help. Right. So a lot of times
Yes.
people I have come across so many clients who come and tell me, CK, you appear at the right place, right time. And because I do not know how to start, you help me to start. And I finally get this off my mind. Now I can feel the peace of mind knowing that I have done my will. So my advice is really don't delay. A lot of times people say, I know it's important, but not urgent, right? So put it by the side, lor. Don't go and look at it. But
Yeah.
no, this is one thing that I've really come across one case before. Really, my client kind of tell me the
Uh,
father wanted to write the will, and then finally, before he can come to me, we actually connected already, That means we already done
uh-huh.
the first consultation, but the father
Okay.
keep delaying until too late. Too late. No need to write
Ah.
will already. Really, really.
Oh
And then they have to go
no.
through the letter of administration process, which is more tedious. More tedious.
Yeah.
So really
Okay.
heartfelt. I mean, it's really not about just making money, but really I've been
Mm.
doing this since 2007. I've seen, I can tell you a lot of times when they have finished writing their will, they'll come back and tell me, say, CK is really a burden of, now I really feel peace of mind, right? And it's not something that is pantan. I think nowadays nobody think about pantan
Nobody
anymore.
pandang. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
an
when
important
you,
thing, right?
yeah, can you imagine when you drop dead and die, you don't have a will and you give so much inconvenience to your kids, your beneficiary. I think that one you more pantang. Am I right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So once again, thank you very much, Ambrose. I always call
Thank
you
you, thank
Ambrose,
you.
but a lot of people call you CK also. Thank you so much for coming on to Prime Time with Sylvia. Okay. Now, once again, if you were to hashtag Prime Time with Sylvia, do check out the webpage that's right below over here. Give CK a call. All right. Don't be
Yes,
afraid. Like
yes.
what he said, the math professor earlier on, don't paise, don't lao kui. CK is really a
Wow.
very nice profession. All you need to do is just speak to him, ask him all your questions, give him a call. He's going to give you a
Yeah.
free
No
30-minute
question is too stupid
teleconsultation.
for me. Really, no question is too
Exactly.
stupid for me because like the max professor, I tell them, I say, look, if you ask me max question, I don't know because that is your expertise, right? So, but you ask me will
Correct.
writing, that is my expertise. So nothing to pai say one. No question is too stupid to ask.
Correct, exactly. So don't be shy, okay? It is really an honor, CK, to have you on my show, Prime Time with Sylvia.
Oh,
Thank you
it's
very
my
much
honor to
for
be on your
joining.
show.
Wow, very
Yeah.
happy.
Thank
Tonight
you,
cannot
thank you
sleep
so much.
already. Okay. Do you have any well wishes or any things that you want to say to all our viewers out there other than do up your will? Don't be lazy. Stop procrastinating. I tell you. This is from Prime Time with Sylvia. Do your will, okay? But for you, on your side, do you have any well wishes or anything you would like to speak about the COVID-19 to our viewers out there?
Actually, I'm looking through at the live comments. I think CK Tam
Mm.
actually asked also one question about what are the
Oh,
advantages of having a will in assisting my estate planning.
yes.
Yeah, correct,
I think I missed
Okay.
out on that question.
Yeah, correct. So just to quickly touch on that, estate
Sure.
planning is the entire process about making sure not only your
Mm.
wishes are carried out, but also taking care about the financials. That means your beneficiary will have
Ah.
enough money to last and everything. So having a will is an integral part of the estate planning process, right?
Mm.
Depending on the size of the assets, you may
Mm.
even include um, other instruments such as having a trust,
Mm.
trust, a trust.
Mm. A
So you
trust.
can
Okay.
we call it a testamentary trust, is also an instrument that can assist in estate planning. And also lasting power of attorney, we also consider it as an instrument, an integral part of the estate planning. So estate planning is a very big subject, all right? Will, LPA, and even trust, all these things are part of the estate planning.
I see. Okay, so CK Tam, I hope CK actually CK and CK Tam, I just realized both also CK. Okay.
No, he actually asked what are the advantages of having. So actually, to answer that question, is very advantageous. It is very important because will writing is part. Will writing talk about the wishes. Estate planning talk about the financials, about how to carry out the wishes. So they go hand in hand. They are
Hand in hand.
integral part. Yeah, correct.
So we must have a will and estate planning both go hand in hand.
Correct,
right?
correct.
Okay,
Yes.
so I hope CK Tam we have answered all your question. All right, thank you very much once again. And if you want to know more again, all right, give CK a call. Website is just right below. Code Prime Time with Sylvia, 30-minute tele consultation fee. All right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So before we
Especially
go,
for
before we go, do you have anything you'd like to say to our viewers?
well, I guess we we are all cooped up at home, but happen that for will writing and LPA is considered essential. I always get it's a limited essential legal service. All right.
Yes.
That means although so during this period you still can do your will, all right? You still can do your LPA. In fact, this Thursday I do have one client coming to do LPA lah. All right.
So it's considered as essential service. They can still come. It is.
The official statement is say, okay, for urgent and important, that means if the person feels that it is an urgent need, okay, they can do. So it's still allowed.
Okay.
It's still allowed.
That's very good. So once again, do not forget to call
and really during this period, I've seen people who I think this time of being at home give us a lot of time to reflect, and therefore I have a lot more people who are now, previously got too busy, don't want to think about it, no time to think about it. Now all start saying, correct, if there's a pandemic that can put a pause button on our life,
exactly.
then really
anything can
it's really
happen.
time to look at, anything can happen, and it's really time to look at your getting your will done and getting your LPA in place. Yep.
Yes, because everybody now very free at home, so thinking about
correct.
Ayah, what happen if I die tomorrow? Ayah, what will happen? So go and do your will, all right? I don't want to talk so much. Okay, thank you very much, CK, once again.
Yes, thank you. It's my honor. Thank you.
And stay healthy, okay? Stay safe and stay healthy. Very important.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and good night. My name is Sylvia. This is Ambrose. Good night. Thank you so much.